Hello everybody, welcome to Hillbilly Select Reviews Pond Edition. It's just my hobby. I review all kinds of drinks, beer, wine, every spirit, coffee and tea, and everything made with those products. So please check out the playlist. I also am a hobby enthusiast. There you go, fresh clean water. When I started out this pond this year, it was green every spring. You struggle a little bit with the pond, okay, especially a new one. I did not use a UV light. The bogs have cleared this up to the point that, I don't know, you can see pebbles on the bottom of that pond. That is 4.5 foot down. It's crystal clear. Now, here's one of my bogs full of mint. I just stuck some mint in there on as a whim, and it took off. It's not even rooted. There is some filter material in there, and then I have it filtering coming out. That's just stockings, believe it or not. So it comes up through all this filter medium, and then the roots of the mint. I have a rain gutter going into it, and you know, the mint does its magic. The plants and the material, which you can't see because it's full of mint, does its magic, and then the stockings does its magic. Crystal clear. There they are. Let's look at them. Sorry to change it a little bit on you there, but here's my aerator. Now I have it over aerated, which is the right amount. There's no such thing as over aerated, all right? Here, I'm going to give you a little close-up of these. Your pond's 5,000 gallons. Get a 7,500, 10,000 gallon aerator. I'm serious. Overdo everything. All right, that's just my baby bog, by the way, that I showed you. Now, here's the deep end. This gets close to 5 foot. And you can see the bottom. All right, the pebbles and the rock, a little bit that's fallen in there. That's 5 foot down. That's how crystal clear it is. Here's the main bog. Yeah, I got some tomatoes growing in there, right? Along with my iris. I just stuck them in there. There's the background. You probably hear the big bullfrog in there. I don't know if you've heard him. If you don't, you will. He's pretty cool. But anyway, these fish, some of them are huge, yes. I grew a lot of them from eggs. I've raised a lot of these, not all of them. A lot of the bigger ones, believe it or not, are the ones I've raised from eggs. And they're about 5 years old, the oldest ones, maybe 7, except the goldfish. There's 2 goldfish in here. See them, there's one. And there's the other. It's kind of like a fantail right there coming under. They're 15 years old. I raised those from eggs. They were in a different pond. That's how I know how old they were. They were born in another pond, which I don't have anymore. So, just an update. There's the frog. I love them. There it is. I had some people at the beginning of the year tell me I needed a UV light and all this. And I'm telling you, once you get your pond established and you got the proper plants, and there's aeration coming out of that bog as well. Plus I have it quote unquote over aerated, which means it's just right. Plus I have this bog here. Then you will not have an algae problem. At least not once the plants get rolling. Alright, so there it is. There's my pond. And as you know, I spend hours and hours and hours back here enjoying it. There we go. There's my frog. Just found its way in here. And it's been there, I think it was there from last year. I think it's the same frog. He's loving it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the fish. And the crystal clear water can come without chemicals, without a UV light, without anything. The bog is the key. This gets direct sunlight enough to keep the plant. Now this doesn't get it all day. Okay, the sun, you know, I've got big bushes and stuff here which block it out early. Big old tree. So it gets about 6 hours, maybe 6 hours of direct sun, enough to keep the plants alive, but not all day where it's beating on it. It's next to the house, so it gets shaded pretty quick, which is great because it keeps the water cool and it keeps the algae, does keep the algae down. But this was out in the middle of the yard somewhere, instead of right by my porch where I sit here and everybody can enjoy it. But it would take a beating. I think it would still be okay. And if I had to, this bog here, I got that big one, I put another one. Not only to filter stuff out, particles, because fish, koi, are notoriously messy. They're called water pigs, water hogs. But I'd fill it with some type of plant as well, and just, you know, do what I had to do till the plant starved out the algae. Alright, so some Hillbilly Select Reviews Pond Edition. There's the biggest one, that orange one there. That came from an egg. Mother just looked just like it. The black one's actually Japanese. The one next to it to the right with the black speckles and little red is I bred. There's my, this one's cool. This is a butterfly. And look at the fins, look at the tail on it. And do you know that fish is scaleless? It feels like an eel. It's so beautiful to pet it. The back of it has some large scales, and the rest of the skin is just shiny, just smooth. It's a scaleless, beautiful fish. It was blue, and it's kind of turned into kind of a grayish white, but the fins are so beautiful. That's a goldfish that was born here, about 15 years old. Let's see what else we have. Said that one's Japanese. That one there on the bottom, the orange one, was white with, the big yellow one I bred, was white with orange circles. And you can still see darker circles, but then as it got older, it's turning more and more orange with the dark orange circles. It was cool though when it was white and just had circles. It was really unique. There's a one, get the name of it, it's Japanese. I got that last year, the year before. They grow fast. That's one of the new ones. And this one down the bottom was gray with like a beautiful muted orange. And the darn thing has turned kind of a whitish gray. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I may give it to a friend of mine who has a pond. I'm not happy with the color now. Just recently it's got some orange dots that have started to come through. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to keep it the rest of this year. See how it shakes out. I bought it when I bought the other one. It's about a year old. If it doesn't shake out, get some orange back, change color, get rid of it. It's taking up real estate. Now there's a UV clarifier, which I do not have plugged in. I have not plugged it in. The light doesn't even work. I had it on a long time ago, and I'm just too lazy to, because it connects to the pond right there, and I'd have to, so I don't even bother with it. It hadn't worked in a couple of years. I'm sure it'd work if I changed the bulb out, but that's what they look like. The water goes through one end, through the other. And it's best to have it into a filter, because as the algae dies, you want to filter it out. But like I said, I don't use it. I don't need to use it. And you don't either if you do this right. So to move in water, the over aeration, which is no such thing, and the plants. If it says call for a bog like that, put it in, and put a bog in like that, all right? And if you do, you're going to be able to see 4.5 to 5 foot down. The only reason it's rippling a little bit, obviously, because of the, if I want to shut the pump off, I could, obviously. And there it is. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And just let you know, you can have crystal clear water without chemicals, without lights, without anything. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Check out my playlist. Subscribe for me, please. I may build another pond back here in the future. I got an idea. But check out my coffee, my tea, my beer, my wine, and other beverages. All right? And put these out every once in a while as well. All right, everybody. Thank you.